Hello, everyone. I'm your host Rapunzel, and welcome to the broadcast. So here is we are going to discuss about the initial listing gate to the list Superfarm up for spot trading. So stay tuned and keep watching here. So now you can see it here. Gate will list the Superfarm up for the spot trading on the February 10, 2026 at 17 UTC. And about the Superfarm app, the Superfarm is the user-owned a new bank in combining non-custodial wallet infrastructures with the smart account and the technology to deliver institutional grade DeFi access with a consumer-friendly experience. The platform consists of the Superfarm web and mobile, iOS, Android web for Swift and Spend. So the super value is a super wallets and the permissionless institutional grade and wallets and secured by a validator network. And now you can see it here, the up token for governance and stacking backed by the Van Eck and the Polychain, the Circle Block Tower Capital, and Arthur Hayes and the Shane Copeland, and it's a $14.5 million is raised across the 7 rounds and 180,000 lifetime depositors and $185 million its peak deposits and 1,200 is a 1,200 integrated wallet and strategies across the 10 and plus the blockchains and the zero security incidents. And here is its symbol. It's a token symbol. It's UP, and it's already having the website, its Twitter, and token ID. Here is deposit up at all the informational websites and links are here. If you wanted to know about that, then you have to click on that. And estimate the withdrawal opening February 11, 2026 and the 17 UTC subject to this actual status of the asset. Welcome to all of you who are joining my stream, all gate users and Leslie. Thank you for joining everyone. Please kindly support me, follow me, and drop your thoughts in the comment section about my streaming, how I'm explaining the features and the topics about the Gate.io. So now you can see it here, app user access the deposit app. First go on the Gate app and then assets, then go on spot and deposit, then up. Okay. Next, if you wanted to trade up, then open the Gate app, then go on the trade and spot, then select the up in the upper left corner. Okay. Next is the Gate team, the February 10, 2026, and the gateway to the crypto, the trader over the 4,400. The cryptocurrency safely, quickly, and easily on the Gate. Welcome to Super Crypto Circle World. Thank you for joining my stream. And Geo2P, thank you for joining everyone. So now you can see it here. We are going to explore about the website of Up. So now you can see it here, the super farm that grow your wealth effortlessly. So save, swap, send, and earn the best returns in a single tap. So now you can see it here. So next is to earn more interest on your cash and crypto. So with Superfarm, your money works for you around the clock, and intelligent optimizations maximizes your returns across your portfolio assets. Thanks a lot, everyone who's joining my stream. So please kindly follow me, support me, and drop your thoughts in the comment section about my streaming and how I'm explaining the features, topics about the KIO. So stay tuned and keep watching here. I'm your host Rapunzel. Today's our topic is Get Live bonus task. Welcome the Upside Down. Thank you for joining my stream. Get user pin 2002. Thank you for joining, everyone. So now you can see it here. Just earn more interest on your cash and the crypto with Superfarm. Your money works for you round the clock, and intelligent optimizations maximize your returns across your portfolio asset. So here's the bank is $253, and the treasury is 2.3 k dollars, and its AIB is 1.3 k dollars, and the super USD is 3.91% is 2.2 k dollars. APY is variable and not guaranteed. So actual return may differ based on the market conditions, protocol performance, and the portfolio allocations principle is not ensured. Okay, so now you can see it here clearly. It's and the comparison rates based on the publicly available data as of June 2025. So yield rates at the subject change and may vary across the products. So crypto yields involves risk and including the potential loss of the principal. There's a first class security regularly and edited by the experts. And the security is the number one priority always, and Superform has been the meticulously is inspected and independently audited by the multiple security experts. Every line of the code is checked and double check and triple check before the going live. So let's see the audits. Next, you can see it here. We are going to explore the Superform protocol is introduction, and it's more information. We are getting the more information about initial listing token. So here is the introduction. The Superform protocol consists of the Superform core and the Superform periphery. And Superform core is a suite of the persistent and non-upgradable the contracts that compress the arbitrary actions into a single marker, verify the signature execution life inside ERC 7579 also, and the smart accounts and the composition comes from the and playhooks. Anyone can deploy the Superfarm core and add the new hooks to the protocol on top of the Superfarm core as various structure products have been created to the optimize and simplify the yield generation process and collectively refer to the superform briefly. And the super ballots are permissionlessly creatable validators secure that wallets and that can run the arbitrary hooks while exposing the deterministic price per share. Thanks a lot, everyone who's joining my streams. Please kindly follow, drop the comments here, and support me. Go on my post and like comments already drop it on my own. And please kindly follow me, support me, and drop the comments in my live stream. Welcome to Anna Crypto Upside Down NSK. And how are you guys? Next is the Y Superform V2 is a one signature UX verifiable. It's on chain and hook bundles turn the bridge to swap to land and then deposit into one click regardless of the number of the chains without usage of the chain's APIs. Validator secured wallets is economically bonded. The signals added to the super valid price per share and slashing on the misconduct, the minimizing the risk surface around the centralized strategies, omni-chain and the liquidity. And the super asset stream is stream used from any chain back to the Ethereum L1. Welcome to Robin Action. Thank you for joining my stream. And gate user Alfian 17. Thank you for joining, everyone. So next, we are going to explore the Superfarm core. Welcome to Crypto Granny. Thank you for joining. And Gate users, thank you everyone who's joining my stream. So Crypto Granny says Happy Year of the Horse. Thank you for joining and dropping the comments here. And welcome here. And how are you? So here is the Superform Core introduction. The Superform Core is a suite of the persistent and non-upgradable the contracts that compress every arbitrary actions into a single market uh, verified signature. And next is the core consists of the following components. Is first is the execution layer, ERC 7579 executors, and the super executor, super destination executor that process hook bundles with the transient. The storage for the gas of efficient is interhook communications. Next is the validation layer, the market proof validators, super validators and destination validators. So next is the accounting layers, the super ledger and yield source oracles for the trustless cost basis and the tracking and the performance fee, the calculations across the valid standards, ERC 4626, ERC 5115, ERC 7540, Pendel, and infrastructure is the bridge adapters for cross-chain messaging and super native the payment master for the ERC20 gas and sponsorship and the super bundles are for the batch user operation processing. Welcome here, the heart here, dear, and Git users. Thank you everyone who's joining my stream. So next is the smart accounts. So here is the smart accounts. Its introduction. The Superfarm routes every interaction through the Lightweight ER75, 79 smart accounts. They add the gas abstractions, passkeys, or the social recovery login and the session keys while remaining the fully self-custodial. All the accounts created through the Superfarm is currently used by economy as a Nexus V1.200. So now you can see here is a Modulus. Welcome the peaceful heart there. How are you? And thank you for dropping the flower here. Thank you so much for coming and joining my stream. Here is the smart accounts are able to access the superfarm by installing for ERC 7579. Hi there, and how are you, my peaceful heart? So now here is the super executor. It executes the same chain orders hook bundles automatically, and the super destination executor to execute the cross chain order and the hook bundles. And next is super validator. So validator same chain Merkle present bundle signatures EIP 1271 complaint. So next we are going to check out the hooks. And here is the hooks is it's introduction. So we are going to explore about the hooks. What is the hook? And let's see. So now you can see here hooks are the lightweight and the permissionless contracts which perform a specific action, bridge, swapland, etc. Okay, they are designed to the composable and can be the chain together to create the complex transactions flows which can achieve any multi-chain strategy. Okay, and especially the hook chains can be fulfilled by any ERC with 75, 79 and smart accounts with the super validators and the super executor modulus installed. And if you are interested in the building hooks, jump straight to the right hooks. Okay. Okay, so next is the key concepts about the hooks. So hooks implement the transient It's a story during the execution of a transaction to the temporarily hold the state changes. This allows for the efficient uh, interhook communication that avoids the high gas cost associated with the permanent storage rights. If any hook in a chain fails, the entire transaction is reverted, ensuring automatic. Next is the hook life cycle. The execution of the hook is a three-step sequence bundle in the hooks and the function. The first is the build is the front end selects the and address call data of the hooks in a chain and bundled as a bundler splits hook per chain and wraps each into an ERC, ERC 430, 433.7 and user OP is storing a Merkle tree and validates the smart accounts, delegates the super validators on the chain to the perform Merkle proof verification. Next is the executor. So the super executor iterates through the hooks and perform each actions and updates super ledger. Okay. So next is the hooks classification. The hooks are classified based on the hook type and the hook subtype. So the hook type must be defined and the non-accounting as an inflow or outflow and depending on the hook's expected interaction with the accounting system. So the hook subtypes is designate which action category the hook implements. Okay. There is a non-accounting. It's utility hooks that do not update the accounting system. These hooks, including the hook subtypes like swap, stack, and bridge inflows hooks that process additions and to positions and typically encode some sort of the deposit actions. They include a hook subtypes and cross-banding to the underlying wallet being deposited into the ERC 462, ERC 7540. Okay, so here is the security. So audits. The Superfarm's audit process is the part of our larger commitment to the maintaining a robust and secure and transparent platforms. We continuously work to identify and mitigate uh, risks to the safeguard and user funds. Okay, so Orion Security. So date is August. So August 25, 5th, 2025, and the Cantina competitions is June 2nd, 2025. Next is Node Securities, May 5th, 2025, Spare Bid, April 9th, 2025, and Sujit Somraj is 24th, 2025. Here's the deployment addresses. So we do the deployments are currently across the Ethereum base and Optimism, Arbitrum, BNB, Polychain, Avalanche, and Unichain. Sorry, as you can see it here already. Here is the super wallets, the introduction here about the super wallets. So now you can see it here. about the super wallets. Its introduction. The super wallets is are flexible and the secure wallets primitives built to the scale by leveraging the infrastructure provided in the Superfarm core on the top of the foundational features expected to the of modern wallets products such as the simplified access through a singular product on non-custodial management and the composability and the transparency of the on-chain architecture super wallets enable. Okay. So is the on top of the foundational secret aspects of the modern wallet products such as the simplified access to a singular product on customized management and the compatibility and transparency of on-chain architecture super wallets enable. So next is the permissionless wallet creation, infinitely flexible execution, security through the dual Markle validations, automated the emergency control. These are the, it's too much larger. Okay, want to be make it institutional grade security. The supervisors enforce the safety at every layer. So first is the double Markle hook allousing and blacklisting at both global and the strategy level ensures the wallets can only perform pre-approved actions like the depositing, redeeming, and swapping and the bridging also. And access clear role and the separation across the managers, validators, and the guardians is the managers set high levels and the parameters under the time lock with the ability to execute the strategy only through the pre-approved tools and validator adjusts um, the price per share. Next is validator signs price per share PPS with the economic slashing and the insurance backstops 7-day time locks and the Guardian veto its rights ensure no configuration change or parameter update can be happen instantly or out of the view. Next is the efficient and the flexible. The super wallets are engineered for the scales and native ERC 7540. The complaints enable efficient flows for low cost deposit and the static withdrawals as well as the on-chain compatibility, the super bundle sports cross-chain, deposit cross-aid, and the network with a single signature. And the next is the super wallet. I can access any yield source using the modular hook engine. Okay, welcome to all of you, the all these and thank you for joining us. Thank you, Hotset, for joining us today. So the full transparency, depositors don't have the trust. They can verify through a live transparency. Uh, the dashboard surface allocation caps validator signature and performance in real time, so the PPS can be recomputed by anyone and on-chain or off-chain, or the circuit breakers and the pause abnormal behavior automatically. Okay, all underlying the protocols can continuously be monitor for the exploit, vector, and the governance risk, and the quickly allocated out of the if needed. Okay, welcome to Snowflake. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to Navigate User. Thank you for joining everyone. Please kindly follow the topic. Welcome to Triple H. Thank you for joining. Welcome the Chinese member. Thank you for joining. So now you can see it here the introduction of the architecture. So the architecture of the super valid comprises three main systems like wallet, trades, governance, and the price per share validations. So here is the structure you have to see it here. First of all, the user and then validator network, the manager, and as as abstractors. As valid trades, aggregators, factory, and registry for the super valid trades and the single source of the truth for the price per share updates, manager authorization, and the strategy pause control. Next is the super valid, the entry point valid contract that implementation the ERC 7540 sunrise, the deposits and the sunrise is redems and the manage share accounting and the service as the user facing component of the architecture. Next is the strategies to execute hook bundles, track price per share, high watermark. Next is the escrow. So as a whole, the user share the during the redemptions process rather than the burning them immediately, is allowing the users to cancel the pending redemptions if needed. It also holds access due to the claims by the users at the end of the redemption process. The next is the governance and the coordinations of tokens. So up dollars enable the participation in the coordinations of the Superform protocol, and the manager stacks up dollars to gain the access to the validators network, and the up dollar is used to cover the cost of the price per share update price. Next is the super governor. So super governor is a central registry and access control hub of the super farm free as a manager role based permissions and time lock the parameters updates and this emergency intervention powers. Next is super protocol treasury that handles the protocols fees and executes the governance approved hook operations PBS validations. Next, you have to see it here ECD, SAP oracles. So the ECDS is price per share oracle validators is price updates using ECDS. The signatures once validated, these prices updates get forward to the aggregators. And next, we are going to check out the transaction life cycle. So thank you everyone who is joining my stream. So now you can see it here about economics. We are going to check out the introduction of fees takens are configurable and by the strategic with a split of due to perform that can be turned on by the governance. And next is the fee scheming mechanism and the security. So here is the security. Here is you can see here the security architectures, the hook validation system. The dual Merkle tree system provides layered security while the retaining the flexibility needed for the competitive returns and the strategic hook route. So here is the strategic managed update by the primary strategic and valid is specific and the guardian veto are here. So now you can see it here all the informations about that. So next is boringly reliable securing $130 million in deposits and the press button get money, put their popcorn away because there will not be any drama here. Superform works the way you need it to. Okay. Thank you, Mr. 1978 for joining and dropping the comments here. What is this? You have to drop it here. Is it link? I don't know. What's the link? So here's all-in-one wealth solutions. First earn, then save, swap, and next is send. So here is earn, effortlessly get the best returns for an asset. Any asset you own and browse opportunities with the best rates across all assets and all chain, whether it's dollar, Bitcoin, or Ethereum. You will find what you are looking for on Superfarm. And next is the save. So create a virtual bank account powered and by the bridge to have your paycheck and automatically convert it into the stable coins whenever you get the pay, and simple and low cost and getting on chain have has never been this easy. Okay, welcome the silencer YZ. Thank you for joining and dropping the comments here. Thank you so much. Next is a swipe the thousand of assets at your fingertips as instantly trade crypto for the crypto or buy crypto with the cash and feeling like you want to buy a meme coin. We have those do you can go from any token on any chain to any other tokens on any chain in one tap with the bridging happening in behind the scenes. Okay. Next is the send. Easily send the stable coins. Okay, got it. So the thousands of the asset at your fingertips instantly trade crypto for the crypto or buy the crypto with cash and feeling like you want to buy the meme coin. We have these two. You can go from any token on any chain to any other tokens on any